Why is it that Black Americans hate Africans?
I don't know. Like, from what I've heard, I guess annoyance that they feel like Black Africans come to the country and they're given preferential treatment because there's this sort of belief that, we work harder and we do this, and but therefore we're like the good model minority.
Yeah.
Which in turn makes them look bad.
Yeah.
And that even though, I mean, the FDA and the ADOS lot, they say that they can distinguish who's Black American and who's African.
And I can't.
They say that there's like so many different, like, you can easily distinguish and all that, which I think is a whole load of cap. There may be some truths to it. Like, at the end of the day, we know how white supremacy works, right?
Yeah.
And it does absolutely get off on causing division. That's how it's always been. And it's just unfortunate that people are actually buying into it, but they're mad at the wrong people. I just feel like the energy is completely misdirected. And like, even if those differences are there, 'cause I'm going to give them the benefit of doubt and say that there's some element of truth to that. Who is responsible for that?
We need more honesty about the misinformation that's been put towards both of us, because when we've had this discussion multiple times, it's not often we get Black American honesty about the negative stereotypes they have. I say it, we say it, but they're like, no, we were open arms and welcoming. There was definitely negative stereotypes of immigrant Blacks perpetuated by Black Americans. So you can say that you're welcoming, but were you? And similarly, what was projected into into Africa and the Caribbean about Black Americans? Just be really honest about the propaganda that happened, and then we can get to honest dialogue.
When it's time to give kudos, that's what I'm gonna do. So shout out to this African woman for giving praise to FBA and thanking us and saying that we have the right to be angry at what's going on right now.
Us immigrants, not all of us, but a lot of us, seem to forget, or maybe they just don't know. But if you have been living in this country long enough, you should know that. The reason why we're here, the reason why we are allowed to be here, is because of the work Black Americans did. Because of the sacrifices they did. Because all the fights they had to fight in order for us, for them, because they didn't do it for us, they did it for themselves, and it's right. But today we are enjoying the fruit of their labor. And we should not forget that. I'm an immigrant. And yes, in my community, or in an immigrant community, and nobody can say otherwise, is a lot of disrespect for African American. Is a lot of it. I have heard it. And I have to admit that when I first came, I was also ignorant of their history. But after being in this country, for the amount of time I have been here, if I act like I don't know that, it means that I'm willingly demeaning them. They are mad. And you know what immigrants should do right now? We should not be arguing with them. We should be quiet and listen. Listen to what they're saying. Listen. No. It is not about us. It's about how they feel. It's about the experience. And guys, they are right. Many immigrant community call them lazy. They're not lazy.
Now, before we go ahead to continue that particular video, because definitely we're going to continue that particular video, I want to ask just a very simple and a very quick question. Do Black Americans really hate Africans? That's the question I have. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are good. If it's first time tuning in, do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me a comment. Lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. In today's video, we are going to be digging deep to really check and find out if Black Americans actually hate Africans. You understand? That is one of the biggest questions that has been boiling down in the street, and I decided to bring it down to you guys. This video is actually going to be educational, and I would love to get your opinion in the comment section. Anyways, I'll go ahead and roll out the remaining clips for you guys, and then I'll come back with commentaries. Every clips and stitches we have in this our videos very belong to the original creators of this video. With that being said, let's get right into this to find out if Black Americans really do hate Africans.
They even say they don't have a culture, and that's an insult. Of course they have a culture. Of course they do. In the music, in the food, in the way they live their life, in the way they dress, they have a culture. And by the way, a culture that is a leader in many ways. Our children in Africa dress like Black children. Children in Asia dress like Black children. Children in Latin America, in Europe. So please stop saying. And it's not only limited to clothing. It's in music, it's in history, it's in literature, it's in science. The immigrant community need to stop demeaning and disrespecting Black American. They are mad, and they have all the right to be mad. Now, if my immigrant community or my African community want to come after me for what I say, that is on you. I don't care. Because the truth is the truth. And we need to admit where we're coming short. You're going to come to people's house and you want to look down at them? You want to disrespect them? Yes, not all Africans. Yes, not all Latino. Yes, not all blah, blah, blah. All Asian, blah, blah, blah. But enough to make a lot of noise. But enough for them to be mad. Rightfully so. We need to be quiet now and listen to what they have to tell us. No doubting the experience. No undermining the experience. No forgetting the accomplishments. We need to stop that. We need to stop, particularly the African community. You want to say they are our brother and sister and this is how you're treating them? Not everybody, but a lot of us do. We look down. We criticize them. We do it and we should not deny it. As a community, we do it. And we need to stop. Unity would be great. We all want unity. But unity without respect is impossible. Unity without recognizing the accomplishments of part of the group is impossible.
Oh, some real shit. The diaspora wars need to come to an end. Like yesterday. I just saw a post that just said, "What is African culture? I ain't never seen African culture before." And then someone proceeded to comment under my video about Tyler and say, "I ain't never seen a Nigerian practice Nigerian culture." You ain't never seen a Nigerian practice what? I just ate rice and stew and puff puff for lunch at my job. I listened to Burna Boy and Rama on my way here. What the fuck are you talking about? Everybody has culture, okay? Everybody has culture. I don't know why all of a sudden we have to start explaining and telling everyone that everyone has culture. Everyone has culture, guys. Please.
So you're telling me in 2025, Black Americans are fighting against Africans? Like, really? Let's be for real. It's like I'm fighting against my roommates. We got the same skin color. No matter what you think, there's always something natural that will come and happen. Like, for example, when I go to a place where there's no black people and I see one black person, just one, I tell myself I'm safe. Because I know that dude over there, if there's a problem, he got me. And if there's a problem, I got him back too. Regardless of his origin, where he comes from, I don't care as long as we have the same look. Because believe it or not, we always look the same, guys. I'm just wondering why people are telling themselves right now. They don't even have to try. We're just killing ourselves. In 2025, for real? This is the dumbest fight ever. Ever. I don't know what Martin Luther King is saying right now, looking at us fighting against each other for things that don't even make sense. August 1st, August whatever, you go, you support the black business, regardless of where the people comes from. I don't care. You just go, you support it. Because we got to a point where we have to fight against each other. And what is this? What's happening to my people? What make it make sense? Man, you guys are not done with fighting. We fight all the times. We fight today. We fight. Please, it's 2025. Pick the right fight, please. This is not the right fight at all. I won't support neither. Let's just live together. Come on, man. What is wrong with you?
To be honest, a lot have been said in this video, and I feel like as immigrants, if we can actually learn, it will really, really help a whole lot of persons. So if you're an immigrant and you're an American and you're watching this, I think this is an opportunity for you to be able to embrace these people and then learn from these Black Americans. You understand? See, exactly what one of the guys said. He was like, fighting or hating a fellow Black American is like hating my own roommate. You understand? I understand the fact that a lot of Black Americans don't even want to associate themselves that they are African Black Americans. You understand? But these people need to be respected. You are in their country. You are in their country. If you want them to love you, if you want them to keep appreciating you, then you need to bring down your head as an immigrant. The first woman I played in this clip said a lot of things that, honestly, that is what is happening in the African community. And it makes it look outside there as if these black women are lazy, these black women do not even know what to do, these black women do not even deserve or earn any respect from you as an African person that is an immigrant. You understand? I just hope a lot of persons can actually learn from this video. I have other videos that will actually blow up your mind, guys, and I'll go ahead and roll out those clips for you guys so that you can also hear from the opinion of these Africans and seeing how they are calling us brothers, seeing how they're saying we are one, seeing how they're saying they don't see any need for us to have any beef between each other as a black American person and as an African person. If you're watching this video and you've had any issue at all with any black American and you're an immigrant, or you are a black American person that have any issue with immigrant, let me know in the comment section. Let me go ahead and roll out the remaining clips for you guys. Then I'll be back with commentaries.
Look, I'm about to not mind my business, but I don't care. I am so enjoying this beef. I don't know what happened. I don't know why y'all Americans went to do that to yourselves. But now the war between Africans and Americans right now, what is going on? Why did you guys go do that to yourselves? Why did you guys... Yo, these Africans are coming for y'all. Obviously, I'm not American. I'm Canadian, but yo, y'all started something that I don't think you were ready for. And there was no purpose to start that. There was no purpose. Excuse me, I just ate. Your girl is digesting. I wish it was African food, no lie. Okay. But yo, the Africans are not holding back in the comments to die for. Like, to die for. My best part is, funny enough, Americans are no longer African Americans. Like, y'all are no longer African Americans. What happened to the African in your American? What happened to that? I never understood the African American thing that Americans like to call themselves when they're literally black American. But whatever, I'm not gonna get into it. Like I said, I'm not African. But you know what? I am enjoying this beef right there. Y'all went and poked the wrong bear. Y'all went and poked the wrong bear, and I'm here for all that. See, I'm here for all of it. Y'all, when you guys see a video, an African reply to an American, or stitching something not very smart that an American says, go in the comments. Go live your best life in the comments. You will not regret it. Y'all went to poke the wrong bear. Wap kon George. Wap kon George. Wap cherche problem. Wap kon George. Y'all should have just leave them people alone. Leave their food alone. Leave their braiders alone. Just leave them alone. Y'all enjoyed the cheap price for the braids, no? Now y'all want to... Americans, only you would do something like that. I'm here for all of it.
Learn when to shut the fuck up sometimes. Stop falling for the trap. The African versus black American beef is fake and it's funded and it's nowhere in real life. What's actually happening is we're being attacked by white people, white supremacists that run the state. We are being attacked by the American government. We're being attacked by European nations, and we're being divided by the people they're paying online. A lot of them look like us, sellout ass Negroes that are getting online and telling us that our beef is with other people that look like us and other people of color that may not look like us but are not white. And they are selling us this so that we will not rise up against the mayonnaise Martians who actually enslaved us, who actually mass incarcerate us, who actually are pushing us out of jobs, who actually are taking our opportunities, who actually are colonizing black nations. The sellouts and the raccoons of social media are trying to sell us propaganda that we should be fighting other marginalized groups of people instead of fighting the people who are actually fighting us. And it's cowardly and it's bitch made. And we need to stop doing that. Well, we don't speak French. Y'all need to stop doing that because y'all look like hoes. They are paying social media creators to make a fake diaspora war online because the motherfuckers bored. They ain't got no life or no real careers and they ain't got shit else to do. White supremacists love this. Why? Because while we're fighting online, the real attacks keep coming in real life. Government policies pushing us out of our own neighborhoods that black people have been in historically in the U.S. Government sanctions choking African nations. Police unaliving us in the streets here in the U.S. and abroad in other countries. It is divide and distract, and it's working. They don't want black Americans linking arms with black Africans. They don't want the diaspora united. They don't want us to have a swimming pool bigger than Kanye, because a united global black movement could challenge the systems that are crushing all of us, from Washington to London to Johannesburg. So the next time you see Africans versus black Americans content and videos, ask yourself, who profits from this? Always remember, we are one people with one history and one struggle. Unite, resist, build, Black August, global black power, Pan-African unity. Y'all be cool.
That is why I actually asked this question. And the question I will still ask again is, do black Americans really hate Africans? Because if I check from my own end, I don't think they hate it. I think it's because of lack of black Africans not knowing their place. That's one. I'm an African and I'm talking from experience, right? I love to be respected, especially if I should hear that you are an immigrant that is in Nigeria. So I love to be respected as a Nigerian citizen. So if all these Africans learn to mind their boundaries, learn to respect these people, I don't think there will be any hate, there will be any beef, there will be any form of boycotting East, West, North, and South. You cannot just come to a particular place and then you want to dominate. Apart from dominating, you want those people to give you the respect that you are supposed to give to them. For crying out loud, these people actually built a particular country with hard sweat, currency, and every other stuff. So you that is coming there as an African, you should know that you have more opportunities to be able to what? To enjoy. You have more opportunities to be able to digest. You have more opportunity to be able to explore. Because if not an opportunity that you're looking for, why not stay in your country if your country was that good? You understand? So we are one. We should learn to see each other as one. We should learn to see each other as roommates. You understand? Respect their culture, respect their tradition. So in all of this, we'll not be having all of this contradiction, and you see some of the white community coming out to like laugh loud and be like, oh, the black Americans is actually having issues with the African and they are brothers and so on and so forth. I know a lot of Americans do not really accept this, but we are one. Our skin color, our hair type, and so on and so forth. You understand? We are one. It's just that they move to a particular place to go and be a settler, and that is what makes them black Americans. You understand? They have a culture. If they do not have a culture, why don't they just go ahead and dress like Indians? So if Africans that are actually coming to America learn to respect their boundaries, learn to know what they are supposed to do at every point in time, I feel and I believe that no black American person will actually just come and hate you. You don't just come up to hate people. It grows from inside, right? Let me roll out the few clips I have for you guys, then I will come back with commentaries, guys. But anyways, I would love to actually know your opinion too. So let's go.
Does Africans and Black Americans fighting violate community guidelines?
Black on Black crime is the American way. It is a very profitable source of entertainment. It delivers a lot of confirmation bias. If that's confusing, let me put you up to speed. A little while ago, the Essence Fest happened, which led to diaspora wars, as in Africans versus Black Americans. And then after that, we had the braid boycott, or what was supposed to be the braid boycott again, Black Americans versus African immigrants. And I made a video, showing that, when the family feuds, nobody wins. We have bigger enemies to fight, not each other. And one of the comments that I got was from Gideon, and he says, wouldn't these kinds of posts be reported for perpetuating hatred between our people? And technically, yes, according to the community guidelines, bullying and insulting each other, as some Africans and Black Americans were doing to each other, threatening to call ICE, threatening to call police, all sorts of insults, including, threatening with physical violence. All of those technically violate community guidelines. But much like the real world, the internet doesn't really care about violence against Black people, especially when it's from other Black people. To them, it's just entertainment. It confirms, their bias on Black crime, as if 90% of the time, they're not the ones instigating, playing us each side against each other, as I explained with the Essence Festival, actively bringing in people from Africa to take over something that's African Americans, knowing very well that there's going to be some backlash. This is why I specifically said that we can agree to disagree about the braids, about Essence Fets, about Tyler the singer, about, anything really, but we must always remember that we don't have the same privilege as some of the other people. When we're beefing with each other, we have to understand how that is perceived, and that there are a lot of people entertained and profiting off of us at each other's throats. Some of you who are older, like me, might remember that in the 80s, when Ronald Reagan flooded Black American communities with, crack, and a lot of Black drug dealers were selling said crack to other Black people, and Black, particularly older members of the community, asked the government for help. Instead of the government providing jobs, rehab centers, or, taking the crack out of the Black community, you know what they did? They sent in cops, and they hit them with all these laws, the 3 strikes laws and the mandatory minimums, which, again, added more and more violence. So even if our community, is at odds with each other, which a lot of times caused by white supremacy, from the outside, it just seems like we are just inherently violent. And when we do ask for help, it counts to finish all of us. So in this case, for TikTok, if we were to say, hey, these Black Americans are insulting us, these Africans are insulting us, what they will do is cancel all of us, suppress all of our videos, or ban and dox all of us, or take away certain privileges, that you have on this app. They'll say, well, you both violated community guidelines, so you are demonetized. Meanwhile, all Black people, both Africans and Black Americans, are being bullied by, pretty much all other communities on a daily basis. But it doesn't count as a violation of community guidelines. In fact, if you report that, you, the Black person, regardless of whether you are African or African American, are the one who will get into trouble. All the while, the videos of us insulting each other are being pushed more and more by the algorithm, versus the videos of us supporting each other or having, peaceful, productive disagreements. Okay, so you will see a video of a Black person and an African person going at it. I mean, look at the show Baddies, versus when we have actual conversations and sit down. So you see a lot more videos of baddies than you would see, like, say, Trevor Noah having an intellectual discussion with a Black American professor. Okay, so that's why I specifically said we always have to be aware, of those little kinds of things. We shouldn't have to. We should have the privilege of, getting on this app and acting a fool like everybody else. But we can't really do that because, Once again, thank you, Gideon. Everybody, please go and follow this content creator.
I've seen a few videos on here from Black American creators who were saying boycott Black African businesses for some reason. I'm not sure why. I haven't delved into it, but I find that to be stupid. And there's another one going around here talking about there's a difference between what Black Americans look like versus what Africans look like. And again, I'm not sure where that began and why it's trending, but I've seen a couple of those videos and I just want to know what is going on with the Black community, Black American community. Like, why is it that people are denouncing their heritage? If somebody gets on here and says, I look different than an African person, and a bunch of people get on here and tell them, well, you actually look Zimbabwean, you actually look like you're Ghanaian, you actually look Nigerian, and they're getting so offended, ask yourself where that internalized self-hate is coming from. Because how are you going to denounce your heritage? Without Africa, Black Americans would not be in existence. Let's be clear on that. So I'm trying to figure out why it is so important for some Black Americans to differentiate themselves from looking like Africans, when literally, if you do a DNA test, you're going to see some kind of West African most likely in your DNA. Are you guys looking more so for the European features? Because yes, we do understand as Africans that a lot of you guys have European DNA and European blood, and there's a lot of mixing over the previous 400 years. Nobody is denouncing that. But what is so offensive when it comes to looking like an African person? And why is it that Black Americans who are doing this want to have that line between I look American versus I look African? There's a lot of self-hate happening here, and I just feel like we need to discuss it.
We have seen it in the video that, obviously these people are not hating. That's just the conclusion of the whole matter. I don't know. I don't want to know how everybody's going to feel or how anybody's going to feel. For those ones, I'll be like, oh, it's because you're not an American. That's why you're not understanding what is really happening. We see things. We even see things more than people that are living in Americans. You understand? Black American people, I did a particular video and I talked about it and I said, these people are the kindest. And you can see when people from different countries are actually coming out to tell you that Black American saved me. Black American did this for me. Black American did that for me. I also illustrated in my own end and I explained how I was able to get a Black American and a mom and a dad adopted me all the way from US. You understand? And these people have really been kind to me. And I don't see any reasons why I should be throwing out hate or throwing out shit on them. The only thing I need to know is let me respect them and respect my boundaries. If a lot of people know their boundaries, I think it will help a whole lot, because I feel like some people do not even know their boundaries. Some people overstep their boundaries even when they are not supposed. So if all of this is happening, even the foundational Black Americans, we will not be coming out to be like, oh, we are boycotting African braids, we're boycotting African cuisine, we're boycotting African shops, we're boycotting African this, African that. There are seeing Africans that are coming in that Africans have already tagged them to be lazy. So because they've tagged them to be lazy, Africans will now go in to do the jobs and then come to the African community and start saying a whole lot. Anyways, this video is to educate every single person and to also educate myself. If I'm missing words, let me know in the comment section. There is no hating for African. I'm an African woman. There is no hating for Black Americans in any way. This is just for us to know that, for us to really get it clear in this video, if really Black Americans actually hate Africans. And for my own opinion, I feel like they do not hate Africans. So, but if you have a different opinion about this, let me know in the comment section, and please kindly do well to comment so that we'll really understand. I want to say thank you so much for 100 subscribers. You guys actually made this happen, and I do not take you guys for granted. Please, if you're still watching this video and you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do well to hit on my subscribe button and join the family. In this particular channel, I try my possible best to bring to you the latest updates and how we can actually navigate a lot of things. Anyways, with no further ado, like I say in my videos, I'm going to be simple, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Lastly, thank you so much for every single person that has been supporting me, coming back to watch my videos over and over again, dropping over and over again comments, and I really do appreciate it. Bye for now. I love you guys. We are one, and let's be one.